Good morning, YouTube. It's your girl Acacia. So I woke up with a message. So basically, I have a couple messages that I just want to talk about and just say, and then we're gonna get into my actual message of why I made this video. So basically, I was reading the book of either Amos or Daniel. Okay, I read both, but I don't know which one of this verse came from which. But anyways, basically it was just a simple verse that all wisdom, all knowledge, is God. All wisdom, all knowledge is ruled under God. God rules all, basically God rules all wisdom, all knowledge, okay? And I thought that was so cool to hear, because essentially I have had moments where when I'm in the word with God and seriously in it, okay, my brain just starts working and doing wonders and doing stuff, and I'm just like, wow. But when I start eating crazy, when I start scrolling that phone endlessly, when I'm lazy, I notice that wisdom is it's not taken from me, but I notice the stagnancy of it all, right? And then I screenshotted a verse in the book of Daniel, and basically the verse was something like iron, clay, or something about the metals of earth. You cannot get wisdom from, you cannot speak to, you cannot gain, you cannot do nothing from them, yet these are the things that people keep idolizing, right? And I was like, wow, that's the real because you will go to your phone, and y'all, I want to tell y'all, I was listening, and I listen to people in public, people when they come to my house and when they scroll their TikTok. I realize my algorithm and their algorithm is very different. They're just getting funny gossip videos, prank videos, stunt videos, right? And then when I scroll my phone, I'm getting, hey, God, chosen one, God. It's very you a star, you know what I mean? I'm getting very interesting messages. And then when I listen, so I know that if you're getting those messages, it's for you. It's you, it's for, you know what I mean? So it's and I also wanted to say, I know this, I'm starting off random, but anyways, I noticed that basically because God rules all wisdom and knowledge, dude. And I basically have noticed that I'm not no scholar. I didn't graduate at Harvard. I don't know science that well. I know some traits in the tundras and shit like that, right? I don't know math well. I love English. But I realize that through God, I feel just so knowledgeable in all freaking areas. Through God, I feel like I am a scholar. I have graduated from Harvard. I feel like I have a plaque on my wall right now. I feel like I have I just feel really smart. And so sometimes, I guess why I wanted to start off with that is when you start feeling unknowledgeable or dumb or anything, I really do feel like it's because you're lacking with God. It's not really because you're lacking in knowledge, right? I feel like you're lacking that energy with God, because He will release all wisdom onto you. He will release all wisdom. Whatever you seek, He will give. And so I do feel like if you come across as, or you feel that way, it's just because you lacking that time with God, period. If you feel stunted in any area, you're lacking that time with God. If you don't know your next step in life, you're lacking that time with God. If you don't know your next move, you're lacking that time with God. Big facts. Okay, the next one, y'all. And if you would have asked me, and this is crazy, I love how the Bible works, because it works just like that. Yesterday you thought a thing, today you a different person, I swear. So yesterday, if you would have asked me, oh, Acacia, if your friend was friends with your enemy, how would you feel? And a truthful response would have been like, oh, both are getting cut. That girl fake, right? Today, and after reading the book of Daniel, y'all, and not to get ghetto, and after watching a couple of Now That TV episodes, Y'all cannot put you cannot put a battery in anyone's back. You cannot put a battery in my back. Who do you think you are telling someone, oh, you cool with me now, so this your enemy, this your enemy, who do you think you are putting a fucking battery in my back? I was reading the book of Daniel, and Daniel's all good, and they just want a reason to mess with him during the reign of Darius. And so a couple of dudes went up to the king of Darius and was like, yeah, like Daniel, he's perfect. He don't mess with you though. He only looks to God. He ain't worried about you though. Like, they're putting a battery in his back. When you go to people and you're like, oh, I don't like that person, I don't like that you trying to put a battery in their back. Who do you think, like, y'all, next Friday, when Mike S was talking, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? You know what I mean? Like, so yes, yesterday, if you would have asked me, oh, friend, I would have been like, fake ass bitch. Today, whatever she wants to do and however God wants her to roll. I know that I'll get my dreams, I'll get my messages if those two, if they both ops, but ultimately, kick it with who you like. Do what you like. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to have someone come into my life, and ultimately why I don't really be kicking with bitches, but you're not going to come into my life and be like, oh, we cool now. That's your op. You can't talk to that dude. You know, like, that's basically what friends come with. Baggage. I don't like that hoe. I slept with that man. Cross him off your list. Like, actually, how about I cross you off my list? I don't got no enemies. I ain't got no men I can't talk to. I love life. I love it. You can't put no battery in my back, and you be mad as hell. And y'all do be mad as hell when people live their own life, they choose their own friends, and they end up kicking it with your so-called ops because you're not putting a battery in anyone's back. I read the book of Daniel, and I was like, you're not doing it. Who the fuck are you? You know what I mean? So yeah, I love the Bible because you be thinking some stuff, and then the next day you're like, wow. You know, because like essentially, and how I looked at it is like, let you come into my life and then you say this girl's an op, and what if she's heavily governed by God? I think not. That's all. That's it. That's all. I don't know who she connected to. I don't know who her ancestors are. I don't know how much God loves this person. Who the fuck are you? Period. So yeah, yesterday I was thinking a thing. Today I'm thinking different things. Oh, ain't no one putting a battery in my back. And guess what? I don't want to put a battery in no one's back. I don't want you coming in my life. And I'm like, well, here's your list of enemies, and here's your list of men you can't talk to. If you do, though, you're getting cross with me. Like, no, who wants that? Like, now that I think about it, I'm sitting back and I'm just like, you know what? Who the fuck do bitches think they are? Oh my God. Like, you know what I mean? So anyways, not that I have friends or whatever, but like, ultimately, of course, if I had a friend and she told me about this girl and she told me she was talking to this guy, I'm not tempted to talk to this guy. And you know what? I'm just staying away from the girl. I ain't got no beef with her, the little homegirl, but I'll stay away from her, right? Anyways. So yeah, I had a different thought about that. And then another one, because I'm just, one more message before the message is, y'all, if you got children and if you planning on having children, y'all, I don't know, I'm just gonna say this, and this is what I really think, and we gonna quickly move on. Stop beating your kids, and if you think about having some kids, you not beating them. Yes, God want me to tell y'all is that if you beat your children, basically you're creating, if you beat your kids at an early age, you are creating an adult who he is later in life going to have to remother or refather. Stop beating your children. He said that you are either creating, on either side of the spectrum, you're either creating someone who wants to stay at home and is super insecure about life and themselves, okay? Or you're creating a Now That's TV contestant. You're creating a Now That's TV contestant. And he said that in the middle, though, he said in the middle, though, is where I am. Where I remother, refather you, and then you can go out into the world and be who I really destined you to be, aside from your childhood, right? or, and if they haven't met with God yet, you a fucking serial killer, so, like psycho. Yeah, that's the middle. So you're creating an insecure stay-at-home, not a TV contestant, serial killer, or someone who is gonna have to then later in life refather or remother this person and teach them the way of life. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just telling y'all. I want y'all beating your children. Whoopings, like, I mean, like, discipline, you're gonna have to, because like how God taught it to me, because there are people who really think beating children and whoopings is cool and okay. It's because what they learn, whatever, right? I turned out okay. Yeah, that's because you either met with God or you faking it, period, right? Okay, so, and how he taught it to me is just that when God teaches me something, I'm not getting whooped. I'm not getting spanked on. When God teaches me, it is very firm and verbal or mental, right? I'm not getting whooped. I'm not getting hands and feet put on me to learn a lesson, to learn a message. God talks with me and he's very calm. If I don't listen, of course, there's just like I'm losing money or I'm depressed or I'm, just something crazy, right? Yeah, you don't gotta do that. But anyways, into my message, guys. My actual message is, guys, okay, so and this is like a serious message because I keep getting, like, guys, when God told me to do this message and put it out last week, I didn't listen. I was not feeling it. Now I'm feeling it, okay? Because God, like, me and him spent some time together, and I'm like, okay, hold up, I could do this message now. It is positivity, y'all. Y'all ever been around people and they're like, I don't like overly positive people. I don't like people who are so positive. I don't like them. Like, there's just something about, like, how can you be overly positive? It's just so fake, And I'm debunking all that shit, and I'm debunking their negative, weird asses right now because, you guys, okay, so basically, here's a day where, like, I'm just crappy, life sucks, nothing's coming to me, I'm just miserable. Nothing is coming to me. I'm telling y'all, nothing's coming to me. Like, God ain't trying to change my attitude until I get more positive and grateful about my circumstance. He's not blessing me with nothing, but let me go to the gym, be positive, get ready, enjoy my life. Positive stuff just keeps happening and happening. Does that happen to y'all? Have y'all not realized that the more positive you are, stuff comes to you? And what's crazy about it is, like, you got your higher self, which is like your knowledge from past lifetimes. Did you know you can only tap into your higher self if you are positive? If you are overly fake, whatever y'all want to call it, positive? Did y'all know that? You can only really tap into God and your higher self when you are happy and positive, when you are faithful, beyond seeing. You know what I mean? Anyways, you get things from being positive. Like, I was basically I had a spiritual leader, and she was like, okay, when you send out a text, and watch your thoughts when you send out that text. If you send out a text and you need something and you think, oh, they're probably busy, they're not gonna do it, or why would you just have these like really weird thoughts, right? They don't do it. Somehow they busy, somehow they don't get back to you, whatever, your life sucks, right? But if you send out that text and you're like, they're gonna get back to me, they're eager to talk to me, they are so happy to help me out, you could get a text. You it's like the positivity of it all. Make sure things go in your way. Not like that because it's still in God's hands, but it ensures that positive outcomes happen. God, when your place is dirty, or read the Bible actually, because it's in the Bible. When your place is dirty and when you're filthy, you watching filthy stuff, you around filthy people, God is not there. God is not, like, he's like, clean up your homegirl, clean up, yeah, get your homegirls out. You gotta clean up, home girl, and then I will be there. God is not kicking it with you in a filthy room. He don't want to be there. He sees the way you're treating yourself. He sees the way you're treating your body. He sees the way you're treating your temple, your home. He is out of there. Like, I remember when I was in a toxic relationship, and I can actually feel when God left me. Like when I'm with God, I feel this like every day I wake up, I feel like I'm already hearing messages. I feel like this staticky noise. Like I feel like I just feel like things are ringing, buzzing, and going. When I was in this toxic relationship, I woke up and it was just blank. I didn't hear this noise. I didn't hear God. I didn't feel this fuzziness that I feel now. I don't know how to explain it other than that. But I actually felt when God left. He was not trying to see that. When you are positive, when you are doing well, when you are speaking positive words into the universe, when you are breaking curses, when you are out here not letting people put a battery in your back, when you're out here like literally speaking life into things, you get stuff at rapid rates. Like the thing is like, okay, some of you guys though, and the reason why you might think positivity is fake is because you're fake. You're out here doing a fake positive, actually fake positive, not really connecting with God, just, hey, how are you? Fine, I'm fine. Doing that thing, right? And it's fake. And so you don't get anything from, because God knows your heart. You don't get anything from being fake positive. You don't get anything from fake listening to people. Y'all be listening to people and fake listening. Like just let them ramble on, you scrolling on TikTok if it's on the phone, if they talking to you in person, they talking to you for real, and God could really use your mind and your voice to speak words into this person to either move on from whatever the fuck they're talking to that got you so bored, or really like change their life in a way, right? But instead you're just like going off into like whatever land, and it's like you're like people, yeah, you're being fake about your positivity. You're not really trying to hear people when they speak. You're not really happy. You're not really trying to connect with God. So when you're fake positive, and this is why y'all be hating, I think this is why y'all be hating positive people, because they're actually happy and positive while you're fake positive, and that don't get nothing, right? Like God is not rewarding fake positive. And so then you hate really positive because you think it's fake because you fake. Right? And you can only really like when people be saying names, like I was out, like this girl wanted to diss me on Facebook, and she said I think she said syphilis. She said something, she called me out, right? And I was like, that is so random, and like it's so random that you must have had it or know someone, because I would never randomly say you know, so you can only say and go as far as you know or what's your experience, right? So I didn't take that. I was like, okay, girl, you the actual syphilis girl, okay, right? You can only go as far as you is. So when you fake positive and you ain't really positive, you are going to think everyone who is actually positive, really tapping into their higher self, really tapping into God, really tapping into their mind, really tapping into their body, is fake. People are not fake positive. I'm not fake. Yo, like when people be like, cause like people when they talk to me, and I know if they have a negative demeanor, they're gonna call my character or personality animated. They're gonna be like, you're really animated. Like they're not gonna really like try to give me props on just being a really cool, happy-go-lucky person. They're gonna try and make it seem like I'm fake, like I'm animated, right? I don't care too much to go into detail about these people, but what I do know is you get kudo points and positive points from heaven and from God for being really happy and positive in your mind. And if you read the book of Daniel, he basically they were trying to give these really smart, awesome individuals wine and all this food to eat. And Daniel was like, dude, they're kind of doing a thing. Why don't you give them water and vegetables? And then they said 10 days passed, and they noticed a completely different change in these people. Okay? The reason why I'm so, and this is before I read the book of Daniel for real, the reason why I'm so, and thank you God for confirming it, but why I'm so serious about preaching healthy food and healthy eating is because I know when I'm talking to a fat ass individual. I'm not talking fat like Fat Albert. I'm talking a fat in the fucking brain, bitch. You are eating some shit that got to your fucking brain. You was a fat ass. Shut up. You're negative. I can tell when you have had too much wine and feast to drink, or to eat. to eat and drink. Anyways, I can tell when you have had too much wine to drink and you have been feasted, because it comes out in your negative ass tone. My water. I like flavored water, you guys, because I'm going to get my water in. I know that's right. Somehow, some way, I'm going to get it in. But anyway, so I don't be taking people who be eating sugar and sweets and sodas and be at fast foods and don't be talking to God. I don't be taking y'all serious. You got fat in your fucking brain. You need to go on a 10-day Daniel fast, homegirl, homeboy. You was talking crazy. What do you mean positive is fake? You need to go on a 10-day Daniel fast. How about 8? And there's a lot of people who will be like that, like, oh, you're so fake, you're positive. Like, what is wrong with having positive cheerleaders? What is wrong with having cheerleaders? If I had 10 cheerleaders and they were all like, yes, go Keisha, I would love that. I'd be like, go Keisha, go. I still want to walk down that hallway like these famous celebs be going, and they be like, Aaron, Pierre, Mufasa, you know, I want some shit. Like, I think awesome, clappy, joyful, jovial shit is awesome. I love happy, awesome people, because I know, oh my gosh, it's just a circle of awesomeness. You awesome, you continue in the awesomeness, I'm gonna continue this awesomeness. Everyone who comes into contact with our awesome shit is gonna be awesome, because we're not gonna let whack ass negative people bring us down, because God reign over all, and that positivity is never like when you fake positive, and this is why you gotta really connect with God, because if you fake positive and you fake happy, you go out here and someone pisses you off, oh, you pissed. Like that fake positivity cannot overrun actual anger, actual hate, actual negativity. So if you go out here and with your fake positive shit, not really connected in God and rooted in who you are, oh, if someone says something, you're getting pissed. If you go out and road raging, that's why y'all think it's so fake, because you're so easy to get triggered. Triggered as fuck. Like, y'all, I put out that fucking video of Kim Kardashian's crying. Why Kim put out a video crying the next day? I was just like, point in case. And then someone was in the comments and was like, and they're really crying. That tickled me, cause y'all, like y'all. Like, there's an actual shit to be crying over, right? And they were like, they really be crying. That shit tickled me. Anyways, you know? So yes, when you run into negative people, it's easy. I mean, and they be fake positive. It's easy to trigger a fake positive person. I read the book of Daniel, and I was just like, yep, let me come on here and tell these people, you get kudo points for being really positive and connected in the Lord. You get kudo points. You get stuff. Yes, my friend. Like, and then first trying to trigger, because when I was reading the book of Daniel, and why I wanted to say this message for real, is because God, like, when the devil tries to trigger you, they really trying to get to God. I don't know why the devil got it out for my man so bad, but he do. And so he will try to trigger y'all to disconnect y'all, because you're like, anytime you're sad or mad, you're instantly gonna, like, sometimes when you're, or what, the baby stages, you're gonna think God ain't there. You're gonna think God isn't real. Your tears, what you're seeing is real, and you're gonna think this presence and who you've been talking to is not, because your pain is so real, and he's not there. He wasn't there to stop it. He wasn't there to let you know. Hey, if you talk to God, oh, he lets you know. You just was ignoring those messages, or you was not really tapped in like you thought. Anyways, but baby stages, when you're hurt and sad, you'll think he's not there. The devil looks to disconnect you to. The devil looks for you to put blame in God. The devil looks for you to be so, like, I mean, like, you can be angry, because I have had my moments, and everyone has had their real moments if you're real with God, and like, I just know this, blah, 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 blah. It's like a sister or a family member. Like, why would you let that happen? Like, what, the front door? Like, it's just like, you're a human. You're gonna be like, God, I'm mad at you. Why would you do that to me? You know, you're just gonna keep it real, I guess. But you and him will talk, and you will, like, he will let you know through time what was up, and then, you know, whatever have you. Like me, God lets me know what's up, and then like I just like basically I can be mad at him, but that connection goes nowhere. Period. Like, and I'm not talking about cussing him out like, God, you didn't mean none of that. It's just the devil wants everyone to be pissed off, depressed, scared. And if you haven't realized that the devil has yearly programs on making y'all feel like you ain't gonna have enough, you ain't gonna be enough, tap the fuck out now. Bitch, quit. Give it up. Give it up, Delicious. You look like a man. The devil wants you to tap out. And God's not going to let you. He is always going to make sure he sends me, people like me, anyone. He is going to send messages to keep the faith. Do not grow weary. I'm paraphrasing, but do not grow weary in doing good. And that message has come to me so many times before. Like I told y'all, he told me to put this message out last week, and I'm just now feeling it. But the message remained, and I kept getting it too. I was just like, okay. So this means if you are eating well, if you are doing what's right, if you're treating your body right, if you are like kind of like in a season of where you bored but it's peaceful, if you just are feeling like you want to do, you basically want to shake something up, or you want to stop doing something because you've been doing good and you're not seeing results, you're not seeing why. I'm telling you right now, from your big sister or little sister, keep doing good. Keep seeking God. Keep doing what's right. I'm telling you right now, and I have to keep this real. I believe this in the early 2000s and the early maybe 90s, whatever, 1990s, right? That evil people got away with things. Evil people had the upper hand. Evil people got the bigger stick. I'm telling you right now, that is no longer the case. You must do right. I'm telling you right now, if you do right, homegirl, and you keep, I'm telling you, what is that? Show discipline, keep applying yourself, what is that? Keep showing up. But what is that word I'm looking for? I don't know. But if you keep showing up, keep doing what's right, I'm telling you, you're going to reap the rewards. You're going to see why you had to keep doing good. Because I'm telling you guys, I talked about a guy in a couple of videos, and I'm telling you guys, God warned me about him, and you know who I'm talking about. Not to mess with him. And I'm telling you, he told me this message 1.5 years, 2 years before he got locked up. What I was thinking during these 2 years, and I was like, okay, God, if I'm supposed to stay away from him, and he's this bad, why isn't he like what's going on? Like, why is he not in jail? Why is he looking like he's still living this high ground? Like, why does it feel like the bad guys are winning? And I'm telling you right now, God said that is not the case. Keep doing good. Worry about yourself. Keep doing good. And then when I saw what I saw, I was like, wow, you know what? We are no longer in the time where evildoers get away with things. We're actually beyond that. The last shall be first. And if you do not grow weary in doing what is right, the last will be first. You will be first. You guys are no longer looking at a time where evil people are going to win. You're no longer, if you are doing right, you're no longer going to see the days where, like, you guys are, if you haven't noticed, okay, and I'm even speaking to myself, but we're going into a time where putting your clothes on is more fashionable. I told you I'm talking to myself. Having class is fashionable. Being tapped in is fashionable. Doing right is fashionable. Like, y'all not feeling that? Y'all not feeling it? You're not seeing it? So keep doing positive. Keep doing those workouts. Keep eating well, because you will see the day where you're just like, wow. And to think I was going to give up before I struck gold. So yeah, fall in love with doing right, because one day it will pay off and you're going to be like, chef's kiss. Oh, the glory to God, chef's kiss. He has not forgotten me, chef's kiss. Like, People who you know, like I told you, are fake positive. They love to remind you that you the fake ones. They love to remind you, right? But God, I'm telling you, God is not mocked. And this phrase is in my head so much because people love to lie. People love to do a thing. And in my head, because like I don't really care what fantasy you're running with, God is not mocked. What does that mean? That means if you are doing well and if you are doing your sit-ups and doing your push-ups, guess who's gonna have a nice body? If you are doing well and seeing well and seeking the face of God, guess who's gonna live well? God is not mocked. There are some people who are gonna be like, oh, you're doing those sit-ups again? God is not mocked. Oh, you making another video about God? God is not mocked. Y'all got me messed up. And I had to come on here because I can't even tell you how many people try to make me feel like the weirdest person ever. And I realized, oh, hold up, y'all. God is not mocked. God's not mocked. Y'all, I'm not playing you. That phrase be in my head so frequent because people love to play a good individual. God is not mocked. God is not mocked. God is not mocked. What he has said to you and what he has said to me will come to pass. God is not mocked. I love it. I love it for me and you. Let's just give it up because if you're doing good, you deserve that. You deserve your flowers. You deserve your praise. Like, wow, you out here doing good, and you see the way these people, like, yo, whoa. So, I just want to make a quick video. Keep being positive. Keep showing up. Because when you're positive, things come to you. Like, I'm telling y'all, like, I was literally in my bed, and I was just like, oh, I'm just having a bad day. And this was, like, by 12. And I was like, at around 12, I was like, okay, bitch, I know you just said that in your head, but I break those curses. We're having a good day. Take a shower. Freshen up. We're having a great day. I want things to come to me. I got me a smoothie for free. What had happened? I think I ended up making a YouTube video because just fresh energy was into my body, and I just was like, yes, bitch. Just good things. I think I got paid. I don't remember. I just know that like I basically got proof that a positive mind wins. When I was naked, I was just laying in bed. Nothing on TikTok could satisfy me. Like, Once I changed my attitude, whoa, did God change my view? Yeah. I just like being positive because you get so much out of it, you know, and negativity, you get nothing. You get nothing. Congratulations, you get nothing. Okay? Anyways, keep being positive, keep listening to your shit, keep showing up. I am rooting for you. Yes, I am. I'm rooting for you. I don't care. Like, people, and you know what's crazy is like people will make it seem like when you're positive or when you keep, you know, like when you're just like on this thing that you're not keeping it real. You know, like, no, there's real negative, the real situations. Like, what is there to be positive about? Y'all, I remember when I had someone call me and they was like, oh my gosh, so-and-so had a brain aneurysm, or basically they found cancer in this person's brain and they might not have long to live. And I was like, you know what? Pray about it. And you know what they said? Acacia, really? And I was like, I'll pray. I'm gonna fucking pray. I believe in it. Guess who's living and still here today? That nigga. Like, him. He's still here. He is still kicking, living, breathing, actually in the best shape of his life pre any of that. Before, he was probably drinking, had a belly, was like living crazy. And then after that, he had abs, y'all, eating well. Imagine that. God works. There's a real power in positive speaking, positive doing, and talking to God and beseeching him. Like, and people will make you seem real weak, real fake, real corny, real. Y'all. And you want to know, like, I wanted to say this in many messages, but a lot of my messages, you guys could go to God about them. Yeah. You could take this message and be like, God, what about this Acacia girl? He gonna let you know. And he gonna let you know. Every time. So that's why you can go to him about everything that I talk about. For show. And you know what's best about it? Is you can look at the fruits on my tree. Chef's kiss. Positivity brings you the best, and I am living proof of that. Living proof. Like, y'all, I don't know. I don't want to seem like I'm bragging. Anyways, but yeah, keep being positive. Keep that, because people will make it seem like it's corny or like it's something. Like, God loves it. Chef's kiss, and he got something for that. For the positive ones, he got something for that ass. Okay. But we don't live for worldly validation. Like, I've been knew I was going to be something to somebody. I was going to be weird or whatever to somebody. I already knew that. I've been knew that. I read the Bible. So I don't care for the opinions of others. Keep pushing hard. Keep putting in that work. And you will reap the rewards. Do not grow weary. This is not the time to do that. You go scroll on your TikTok. I'm broke. Oh my gosh, are you guys feeling the same thing, this economy? They're going to try and amp you up out of that comfort you have with God and knowing you're going to be okay. And they're going to do it every day. Every day you will scroll TikTok and someone got a sad ass story for you to get you up out of that positive, knowing energy. You ain't know that? And it's the devil's intention to get you up out of that energy every single day. Did y'all? And that's what's crazy about it. Is every single day you won't have to fight. Every single day. Every single day it is a war over your mind. Every single day. That's why eating well and drinking water, and it just makes you naturally want to listen. When you eat bad, I'm telling y'all, and do that 10-day Daniel fast, you'll see. When you're eating like crap, you do not want to really listen about God on your phone. On TikTok, you're not trying to hear that. You're trying to get that quick, easy satisfaction. The sugar in your brain has set it up that way, okay? The sugar in your brain has now ruined your concentration level. They say like everyone's like concentration level is like shorter because of TikTok. No, it's because of sugar. It's because of the habits they're doing. It ain't no damn TikTok. Tickety talk, because when I'm eating well and when I gotta work out, TikTok isn't as fun to me. I'm like, this is boring. I need to, like, I'm in the phase when I eat well that I need to make content, not scroll it, right? But when I eat sugar, oh, TikTok it's my place to be. Scrolling my phone's the place to be. Okay? So I would absolutely watch all that shit. But anyways, I'm getting off this. I've been talking too much. And if you got a short attention span, you probably didn't even make it to the end of this video. And that sucks for your bitch ass. I know that's right. I'm crying. No, I love everyone. Especially if you got this far in this video. I really fucks with you. Because like I said, when I hear other people's TikTok, it's garbage. When I scroll my shit, it's knowledge. I have realized, and I've been around a couple of phones and people to realize, when God don't mess with a person, knowledge is cut. You're not getting a message. You're not getting called chosen one. You're not. It's cut. Any knowledge you get, bitch, it's from a book, it's handmade. You're not, and that's what I love about God, and that's why I said in the beginning of the video, when I talk to God, I feel like I am so knowledgeable in all areas. I do. If I want to know something, I know it. Period. That's how God has set it up. He has made me feel so damn smart. I feel like I could obvious, you know what? And this must be the naivety. I feel like I could sit in the room of scholars and not only learn a thing or two, but God will, like, just the gems he drops to me on certain specific topics. I'm like y'all, like, I was listening to this dude named 604 Unk, right? And he was talking about sin. When you're born into sin, it's not sin, it's sine waves. And what are sine waves? Look it up. Basically, it's your basically, he's saying that when you're born into your parents' already previous sine waves, whatever they were feeling and however they were oscillating through life in these sine waves is how you're going to be operating. So essentially, you're not born into sin, you're born into whatever sin waves your parents were already operating on, right? And so when I took this information back to God, because that was making some sense here, okay, decoding the Bible, that was making some sense, God was like, yes. And not only is that, but basically God has made, like, basically people will come to you and be like, oh, with the tree outside, basically you're going to go through seasons. You're going to go through your summer, winter, fall, summer, sorry, I don't know why I didn't put that in order anyways, but summer, fall, winter, spring, you're gonna go through these seasons. And so everyone's gonna have a season where they are basically, and this is how they framed it, you are a tree out here, and I'm looking at this tree, and it has no leaves. It looks like, obviously, like it's like a little crispy and dead because it's going into winter, right? God told me, if you are positive and you're connecting with him, you can always, because basically, so the highest peak of the sine wave is summer. The middle ground wave, which would be the equator if you're looking at the world, but basically that middle ground is fall and spring, okay? That's either where you're about to fall into winter or you're coming up into summer, right? But either way, and then the lowest point is winter, y'all. So he told me that you do not have to be like these, like, basically when you think like you have to have a winter, okay, so basically if you think you have to go through a winter, if you think you have to have a fall, okay, you're gonna have a winter and a fall, and you're gonna have situations that make you fall every fucking time. And then he also told me that when you guys have winters, sometimes you guys are only supposed to go down to like a -2 in your winter, but when y'all around negative ass people, and I'm talking about really negative ass people, and they like down here, they make your winters feel darker, deeper and heavier, okay? This is how he is explaining. So you do not have to be like this tree that I'm looking outside. I'm a palm tree. I could be an acacia tree, because that tree is basically doing a thing year round. It basically looks the same year round on the acacia tree. Look it up. But I'm a palm tree. Year round, I'm producing coconuts. Year round, I'm not losing no leaves. I'm only growing taller, stronger, and away from people. Okay, just kidding. Anyways, but if you listen to people, and then when they talk godly talk, they'll be like, oh, you're just going through your fall season where your leaves are being stripped and you're being restricted. You know, they'll make you seem like you have to go through a winter, fall, and summer, right? You can always oscillate in summer. You can always be in summer. You can always be positive. You can always be happy. There are people who have programmed their minds to believe they have to go up and down. There are people, and so when you were born into the sine wave, your mother, whatever she believed, if she believed that she had to go up and down, if she believed she was always down, because some people stay in winter, some people remain in summer, some people are always gonna fall, okay? Whatever your parents were on, that's the sine wave you are gonna have to work through this lifetime, right? Type vibes, to where either you're oscillating more clearly, or you trying to stay in summer, okay? And you're definitely trying to stay away from winter. You do not have to have a cycle of winning, losing, winning, losing, winning, losing. Church people and anyone program their mind that way will make you think you gotta have a cycle, and you're gonna have a cycle. I don't believe in losing. I only believe in learning, winning, learning, winning. If God literally, if I spoke something that God was displeased with, or he sees it's not right, or I could grow in this area, I'm only growing, learning, winning, growing, learning, winning. I'm staying in summer. I'm a palm tree. That positivity will have you in summer, will have you in palm tree mode. But you'll get around people who are negative, oh, you're going to be a crispy ass tree. year round. And best believe, as soon as you get up there, you're going to fall. You're going to have a fall, and you're going to have a winter. And then however positive and happy you are, it depends on how long you're going to remain in that winter. And then you what? You want to start climbing up, and then you believe it's your summer. This is my winning season. Seasons. You can always oscillate in winter. You can always oscillate in summer. You get to choose that. So when people are like fake positive, fake happy, they believe shit happens to them. So when they're fake happy or fake positive, they believe in stuff happens to them, and then they either have to choose their no. Be rooted in God, and then figure out how you always gonna oscillate in summer. It's available to you. And that's what I mean by God will multiply some knowledge given to you, because he didn't say all that. I had to take that back to God, and God was like, yeah. You trying to oscillate in the summer? I know that's right. You trying to get out of your parents' sin ways? You trying to be your own person? All right, I know that's right. Okay? So yes, I wanted to come on here and say that there's a real winning streak in being a positive ass, winning ass individual. Okay? If you a real negative ass bitch, you gotta be and I can always tell a negative ass bitch, because if she sees like a bum on the street, or if she sees a dirty car or something, she's gonna be like, oh my god, look at that car, oh my god, look at that person, oh my god. You're not putting a battery in my back. I ain't looking at shit. I really think that person's okay. They fine. Worry about yourself. And I have always thought this every single time. People who aren't about shit always are looking for reasons. Like, if you feel like not shit, you're gonna look for not shit for people to look at. So it really kind of like deflects your not shit ass self. You know, and that's what insecure people always do. They'll always be like, this girl, look at that. Like, bitch, look at yourself. Yourself. Okay? All right. Anyways, I love you guys. Bye.